It is a pleasure to be here. Excuse me while I figure out how to share my screen. Okay, here we go. I apologize. I am having technical difficulties. It's not showing up the way it should. One more try here. Here we go. Yes, I think it's going to work now. And I know there's a button that you push so you could share, I could share audio, and I'm not seeing that. Share sound. There it is. Okay. All right. Are we in business? Do you all see my screen?
We can see your screen. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, well, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about the maritime workforce. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the Alaska Maritime Education Consortium, or AMEC. As Dominica mentioned, I'm Maricel. Mari is my first name and Cell is my last name. So just that distinction. I work for the Alaska Workforce Alliance, and if you were on Carrie Ann Carty's presentation earlier, you would have learned that AWA is a new subsidiary of the Alaska Safety Alliance. But I have been working in the workforce development arena for about 20 years, and one of the joys has been in the last, for about the last year and a half, I've really had the opportunity to dive into maritime workforce development. But before I go in too deep on that, I wanted to encourage all of you on the call today. I actually don't recognize a lot of these names, and I'm looking through the list here, and I see Joanna Balek. I recognize you, but everybody else, I don't think we know each other. And so so if you type it, and I actually put it right in the chat, if you click on that link, you can join our business education compact list. This is not specifically related to maritime, but it will give you announcements, and you can join a monthly call that's all about workforce development. I'm assuming everybody on this call is interested in growing Alaska's workforce through education or other means. And so please just shameless plug for the Business Education Compact. Okay, so we're going to talk about maritime. I just want to start by driving home just the very critical nature of the maritime sector to Alaska, to our economy, and to our population. So for those of us that work with students that are about to join the workforce, this is an area that I have found in the last year and a half or so that I've been working in maritime just really flies under the radar, and people don't know about these amazing opportunities. And so hopefully I can get you all a little bit excited about connecting your students to these resources. And I'm really interested to follow up with the previous speaker from Covenant House, because I think there's opportunities for Covenant House students or patrons as well. So first of all, maritime is really Alaska's largest private employer. If you think about all the seafood that comes out of Alaska's water, more than 60% of our nation's seafood comes from Alaska. And I just always love to tell folks, when you're eating a fillet of fish down in Florida, you are probably eating Bristol Bay water pollock. It's a pretty good chance that that came from Alaska. It's a huge economic, billions of dollars, $6.75 billion economic impact to Alaska. This economy, we have over 30,000 seafood harvest permit holders, 25,000 seafood processor jobs every year, and over 3,000 jobs in marine transportation. So that is a lot of jobs for our state. And very sadly, not a lot of these jobs are held by Alaskans, because maybe we've just not done a good enough job of trying to get more Alaskan youth into these positions. So we're gonna change that. So audience participation here. When I say maritime jobs, and I already gave a few hints away, but what do you think of? I can't see the chat. So Dominica, you might have to read out what people type into the chat. What are maritime jobs? Give me some real specific examples.
I can certainly do that. Pilot,
Pilot,
deckhand,
yes.
captain of boat, seafood
Yes, captain,
processing
love
jobs.
it. Very good. I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. So, okay, let's get some more.
Coast Guard, welders.
Welders, I love that one because that's, like that's maybe a little bit like adjacent job, but super important.
We
Any
also
more?
have mariculture, engineer, logistics, ferry system,
Good job. Okay.
pipe fitters.
Pipe fitters, yes, so many jobs. Okay, so let's talk about them for a second here. So here at FISME, or Fishery Seafood Maritime Initiative, we think about maritime in these 4 categories. So marine occupations and support industries. So those, like the first ones that were mentioned, the captains, the people who drive the vessels, or who are ashore and fix the vessels, take care of the vessels, build the vessels, as well as all of those folks that are on a vessel that make it go. So the engineer, marine engineer, the deckhand, the captain, able seamen, ordinary seamen, mariners, when I say, maritime jobs, those mariners, those are all maritime occupations and support industries. And there are so many opportunities. I just want to give a plug to the Alaska ferry system. They are really trying to recruit mariners right now. And if you go on the Alaska Marine, I'm going to put the link in the chat, or maybe I put it in one of my sites. I can't remember. But they, they are hiring, they hire and then they train. So it's such a good opportunity for students. And I also have some maritime videos that I want to show you here. We'll try not to run out of time. Okay, so the next bucket, seafood harvesters. So those are the commercial fishermen. You think, kind of what you think of those folks that go and catch the fish, the crew of the fish, and mariculture that was mentioned also fits into this category. But you think of those adjacent careers that support seafood. There are so many, and a lot of them do overlap with the maritime occupation jobs, like vessels, because you need vessels to fish and catch fish and do maritime. And so there's some overlap there. Seafood processors. So those, this is Alaska's big manufacturing industry. And I never thought of seafood processing as manufacturing, but that's what it is, because you're taking the fish that come out of the water, and then you are turning it into food that can be consumed, and putting it in a box and getting it out to market. And this is an industry that's going to become more and more high tech in the future. Think automation. The Alaska Anchorage School District is now they now have a mechatronics career pathway that they're launching at South High School, and that's all. It's seafood processing is turning to mechatronics to automate some of those systems. And so you're going to need all kinds of people in the future that have the skill set to be able to run those complicated automated machines, and have the soft skills to be able to think in logical terms required for the seafood processing industry. It's such an important industry to our state. And then of course electricians, seafood processors also run vessels oftentimes, or sometimes there are seafood processors that are a vessel, that is a vessel in the middle of the ocean. They're called at-sea processors. And so again, overlap. The final bucket are the scientists and the technicians that manage all of this. So the wildlife and fish techs, biologists, fish and game folks, the people that work for NOAA, the Ocean and Atmospheric Administration, and the economists that support this industry. So many jobs, so many opportunities. So in 2024, there was a group that came across Alaska, created this comprehensive maritime workforce development plan. And who doesn't love a good workforce plan? I know Carrie Ann talked about it earlier, that we have now this Alaska's Workforce Future, which is an Alaska cross-industry workforce plan. But we really, when we were developing that cross-industry workforce plan, we actually looked closely at this success of the Alaska Maritime Workforce Development Plan, because this plan is truly an action plan. It is a plan that is really alive and still being used 10 years later. There have been 2 action agendas that have been developed after this plan that takes us through 2025. And I look at these plans all the time. They're going to have to be updated here in the next year or so, but really, these plans ensure that we have a robust workforce to be able to continue for maritime to be able to continue to be a contributor to Alaska's economy. We, want this to be a resource for the workforce to be able to prepare for the vast array of maritime opportunities that are available, and we want to increase the number of people working in maritime. So these plans really point us in that direction. So the strategy of the plan are these 5 items. We really want youth to be able to we feel like I said in the beginning, a lot of these jobs are flying under the radar, and the youth are not aware of these vast opportunities. So we're working really hard to reach students. We want to reach out to people like you all that work with students, so that you all are aware of these great opportunities, and increase the awareness of youth for maritime jobs. We also want to make sure that our workforce is ready with basic math, basic reading skills, and also help them increase their awareness of those barriers to those choices they make early in life that bar them from entering the workforce, such as criminal record, drug use. If you're going to be a mariner, you cannot use drugs, and that includes marijuana. They test for that, and so just building that awareness. So let's see, train Alaskans for maritime careers. I'm going to talk about some of those strategies that we're deploying here in a minute. We also need to support the recruitment and retention efforts of our maritime employers. We do this by supporting their websites, or supporting our Maritime Works website and connecting industry to employers. And finally, this promoting sustained industry engagement is an area that that's really important. So we bring industry along as we enact these various initiatives. We're making sure that those initiatives are helpful to industry, and making that connection, and making sure they know about all the work that the education community is doing to educate and train people in fisheries, seafood, and maritime. So this looks a little bit messy, but in order to make all of these big goals happen, we have several working groups comprised of wonderful, dedicated maritime educators and professionals. First is the Alaska Maritime Education Consortium, or AMEC. This is a partnership between APTEC and or the state of Alaska and the University of Alaska that focuses on training and education. And they are divided up into two different working groups. There's the Research Enhancement and Management Working Group. They are the folks that are training people that manage fisheries and will become fisheries and seafood scientists in the future. And then there's the Seafood Harvesting and Processing Working Group. So they are focused on developing trainings and opportunities for commercial fishermen, seafood processors. And some of them are short-term trainings. And then this last year we added mariculture, an emerging industry. This is an industry with such great potential and so much new technology and amazing stuff coming out of mariculture. But you know, we are there is a working group that is looking at building courses so we can grow more farmers, shellfish farmers, and people with mariculture expertise in our state. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute to highlight the work of the Alaska Maritime Education Consortium, or AMEC. As I mentioned, AMEC is a state of Alaska university partnership, and we have affiliates from different educational organizations across our state. And the mission of AMEC is to collaborate and really like true collaboration to prepare Alaskans for those afloat and ashore careers that strengthen the maritime workforce. I think my next slide shows, yep, I just pulled this off our website. These are actually the current partners or members / partners of AMEC. So we have these 6 partners that are, we call them consortium partners. So they are doing intensive maritime education. And then our affiliate partners, these are nonprofit, school districts, and some tribal organizations that are also involved in these trainings. So the AMEC strategic priorities, AMEC is a connector and an amplifier for all those assets that already exist for maritime training. AMEC is very engaged with the maritime industry and all the maritime stakeholders so that we're able to advance this mission. And we have prioritized work that we do through our AMEC action agenda that I showed you earlier. So over time, we're moving forward initiatives that are really, really important to this industry. AMEC has been designated twice now as a domestic maritime center of excellence for workforce training and education. We're really proud of this designation. Our current designation is good for 5 years. So in another 5 years, we'll reapply for this designation. And the reason why this designation is important is because we really do believe that it'll bring more opportunities to Alaska, hopefully more funding, in the partnerships that we've developed with other U.S. centers of excellence have already proven to be really helpful. So I'm just going to talk about this Yamaha project that has been one of our key AMEC initiatives. So a couple of years ago, in 2022, the Yamaha U.S. Marine Business Unit and the Alaska and AMEC signed this Yamaha Marine Training Program agreement. And what this means is if your organization joins the Alaska Maritime Education Consortium, that you can get Yamaha motors at cost for the purpose of training. This came with no money. I mean, these motors are still very, very expensive. So it's not like they're free or anything. They're still at cost is still, high cost. But this agreement was intended to help establish Yamaha Marine Technician training programs throughout our state. And really, as far as the AMEC's concerned, you know, this agreement is with Yamaha, but our goal is to train outboard motor mechanics and maintenance technicians. This is so important to Alaska because we have so much coastline, and being able to repair these outboard motors is a really important skill for so many different industries, not just maritime, but a lot of different industries rely on being able to move around the water using outboard motors. So this is something that, you know, kick-started back in August of 2023. And then I think, okay. And then in the following year, we held an instructor training and trained some instructors. There's been a couple more instructor trainings since then. And this partnership is working. It's so cool that since a year ago, I mean, really just only a year ago, we have had many educational institutions step up and start introduction to outboard motors systems trainings. That's ITOS. And the next level is MCP training, which stands for Maintenance Certification Program. These are both Yamaha programs. And you know, it takes time, but through partnership, these trainings are starting to happen. And last year when I came on here, I talked a lot about the Kenai Peninsula College program that was beginning, and that is all, again, it's not in full swing, but it is definitely starting. There was a period of restart that had to happen. But the Kenai Peninsula College is planning to teach introduction to outboard motors very soon, and has equipment now to train up to a level 4, which is the highest level for this category of outboard motor mechanic training. Alaska Christian College, which is right next door, or just really close to Kenai Peninsula College Kenai River campus in Soldotna, is also partnering with KPC and is also teaching ITOS training. And the Kenai Peninsula Borough School District is also on board, will be teaching high school students ITOS. And so that will create a pipeline for those students to then go to KPC and take the higher level trainings. And the same thing is happening down here. I don't know if you can see my mouse movements, but down here for UAS. And this is just happening somewhat quickly, especially for educational institutions, that where you have to go through accreditation process, various processes to get a training class program up and running. UAS down in Juneau is partnering with the school district, and also with Tlingit and Haida. It's a wonderful partnership where they are pooling their assets and training outboard motor technicians. Prince William Sound College was one of the first out of the gate, and they have actually been training people for now, I think, Yamaha for several years, and really the Anthony down at Prince William Sound College has been so helpful to everyone here on the screen and getting their programs set up. Kodiak College, Kodiak High School, same thing. They are starting their trainings and more. I didn't put everybody on this list, but some of the key folks that are really hitting the ground running right now to do this training. I wanted to put a plug out for one of the things so we do a lot of, as you could tell, maritime career awareness work. And we've recently released some new maritime mariner specific videos. And last year we created seafood processing career videos. These videos feature real Alaska. And I just want to let you all know, so you will use them, that you will view them yourself, and you will share them with counselors and teachers and students, of course, students that might be interested in these careers. Maybe they're not thinking about it at all, but that, you know, through watching these videos might generate some interest. So these are real Alaskans featured in these videos that are working in real Alaskan organ companies. And they're very high quality videos. Please, I don't know the verb for taking down a QR code. Shine your phone against that QR code and find that link and view these videos. Dominica, can I play a video, right? Can I play the video right now? I'm gonna maybe stop sharing my screen really quick and then pull it up.
Yes, go ahead.
I had it queued up, but we'll see here if oh shoot.
And Mari, are the videos available on your website?
They are available on my website. And if you go to Explore Careers and click on the arrow on our website, it says Maritime Videos. It'll take you right there. Maybe Dominica, if you could put the link on there, and I'll just play one. This one is vessel maintenance, and I probably need to share my screen again here.
Maritime Works and the Alaska Safety Alliance are committed to connecting Alaskans with the training to succeed in Alaska's maritime industry, at sea and in more than 40 coastal communities. This includes vessel maintenance.
At the beginning of the summer and at the end of the summer, when the crew aren't necessarily needed on the boats, that's when we're doing the majority of our maintenance on these vessels.
I work on valves, I work on propulsion, I'm tearing apart gearboxes, I'm tearing apart anchor windlasses. Anything with a nut and bolt basically ends up in our laps. If you're having a difficult time deciding a specific trade to get into, this was the best decision I could have made because of the constant learning. I came in with a weld cert, and since then I've obtained a competent person certification, first aid certification, and I'm learning more and more every single year I'm there.
The new employees that are super motivated, they're able to just cling on to these people that have been around for a while and just get all these skills and knowledge out of them. They're gonna go far.
The best room for growth that I've seen is being able to learn every single aspect of the trade. Being able to go into another yard saying, not only do I know how to rig, I know how to do propulsion, valves, run heavy equipment, machine, and weld. And the more you know, the more room for growth there is. So you can take over as lead, you can move up, and you can continue to grow in each field.
We give everybody such good opportunity to move up through our company. Up your first day on a boat to work as a deckhand, and in 5 to 8 years, you could be a captain, or you could be one of my head engineers, or you could be, maybe you want to go the office side of it. We've put a program in place that any deckhand that returns year after year gets a certain amount of money, almost like a scholarship, they can use at AVTech, the local vocational school here in Seward, to increase their education in this industry.
It's a trade that is constantly in need. There's always going to be vessels that are coming and going. There are going to be vessels who find land when they don't need to, and the bottoms of their boats are going to need welded, or their props are going to need to be replaced, and these are all things that I get to do. I highly encourage any woman, young, old, doesn't matter, if this is something that even remotely interests you, if you think that you want to go turn wrenches on a Coast Guard boat, or if you want to work on a state ferry, if you want to learn the ins and outs of machinery, I fully support it, and I encourage you to do so.
Find more information about maritime careers, available training, and job opportunities at sea and in coastal communities throughout Alaska at maritimeworks.org/careers. Thank you to Major Marine Tours, AVTech, and all of the following sponsors.
Hey, hopefully you were able to see that and hear that.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go back to my PowerPoint here. Let's see. Okay, I just wanted to share a few other tools that are on our website. Please go to maritimeworks.org and check this out. You can look at all kinds of different careers in maritime. You can look to see what those, like, specifically about those jobs. And it's also one of the really cool features about our website and the jobs listed is that it will hyperlink to Lightcast, or it's the career pages through the University of Alaska. And I think one of their most awesome features is that you can click on a link to see live job postings. So if you're interested, say, in becoming an able seaman, you can click on our website, you can click on able seaman. It will show you all the training programs that are related to becoming an able seaman that are in Alaska. So you can see here, it's mostly going to be either at AVTech or at the University of Alaska Southeast in Ketchikan. And then if you click on these, this right here where it says link to jobs and other cool info, it will show you who's hiring able seamen right now. So I think that is a very cool feature of our website. Please use it and share it with your students. Gary Ann talked about our, this is kind of switching gears a little bit, kind of zooming out beyond maritime, but you know, all of us workforce professionals, we really care about making sure that we have a robust workforce development system in our state. We are going to be looking at the Alaska future workforce development plan here at O'Malley's on the Green on the 25th of August. And if you would like a copy of Alaska's Workforce Future, the plan link, the plan is on our website, and that's this link right here, alaskasafetyalliance.org/workforce/plan. Please check it out. And then a plug for Alaska Safety Alliance's 25th anniversary celebration that is also happening on October 25th. We have been serving Alaska's workforce development needs for 25 years, and we want to celebrate. So please join us at O'Malley's on the Green for that. And again, here's my contact information and the websites that I talked about. I'll have to, also, I just want to make a plug for this amazing career guide that the Alaska Ferry System has created. It's if you go on the Alaska Marine Highway System website, you can download a PDF of this career guide. And what I think is so great about this career guide is these pages, where it will tell you, like, if you are at entry level, like you are interested in working for I want to be a mariner and I want to drive a ferry. I want to become a captain. Well, this shows you how you can start as an ordinary seaman and through experience and education become a captain, become a master. This is in the deck department, so that's the captain of the ship. It will also show you in the engine is another pathway in the for mariners, and it can show you, okay, I have no experience, but I am very handy and I'm very hands-on, and I want to be able to learn skills that I can maybe even take to other industries. You can start as a wiper, and through experience, time, and education, you can become a chief engineer on a vessel. And so I think this is just such a valuable guide that the ferry system has put out. It's specific to the Alaska Ferry marine highway system, but it really is applicable in generality to other maritime pathways. So please check that out. It's on the AMHS website. And they have some good career videos on there as well.
Thank you so much, Mari. Do you know that your name is in Maritime?
I know, I love it.
I love it too.
And I'm also just final shameless plug that that we are hiring here. And so let me put in a link for a position description. We're hiring a project coordinator, so I want to.
A person that would work directly with you.
Yep, that will work with me primarily, probably in the beginning on maritime related work, kind of backfilling this work that I've been doing, but maybe other general workforce work as well. It's a project coordinator position.
Please spread the word.
Yes.
And thank you. And I've been sharing links, lots and lots of links.
Okay,
so
great.
the Career Pathways Guidebook, the link to that tool is in the chat box as well.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
So last year, Mari, I remember you were coordinating tours to some of the facilities for students or educators actually and workforce development partners. Is that something that is happening this year as well?
We last year we did some tours for educators at the ACTE conference. This year we will be at the ACTE conference, but we won't be doing tours. We also did a series of career camps for high school students. It was in Anchorage, Sitka, Seward, and Alaska. Am I leaving a community out? Very well received. We are looking at doing that again this year, but in partnership with the University of Alaska's T3 Teaching Through Technology program. And so it hasn't been solidified yet. So I sort of hesitate to talk about it, but that work is continuing. So more to come.
And would that be something that you announce or not necessarily? How would we, if someone on the call would be interested in bringing it to their community, how would they?
Just give me a call.
Okay.
That's what we do. Yeah. So just give me a shout and
Please
we'll
connect
talk.
with Mari.
And we do a lot of work that is customized. I've been asked to Zoom into classrooms and talk about maritime jobs and we can do that. And I can also put folks in touch with professionals in their communities that are maybe doing this kind of work. And so just give me a call and we'll make it happen.
Sweet. Outstanding. Thank you so much, Mari. I am not seeing any questions. Great information. Thank you so much. Of course. And the presentation, would it be something that you are willing to share with our attendees?
Yep, I'll email it to you.
Thank you so much. Another thank you. Well, thank you so much for everything that you do. Good luck with your new, with so many endeavors that you are overseeing. And thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.